in spring and a release in autumn, and the autumn release comes with an on-premise download as well. So for those customers that aren't in the cloud, the current release of the product, the CRM 2016 solution that we'll be focusing on today, is very much available in the marketplace for both on-premise and online clients. The key themes for Microsoft Dynamics CRM 2016 are really productivity, better integration with Office 365, especially mobility. So we now have an offline version of the mobile client that's available on tablets and smartphone, and some of the productivity improvements have made their way down to the mobile client as well. And customer care. There is lots there for sales, marketing, and social as well, but these are really the key themes for the latest release of CRM 2016. And what I'll do is I'll go through this slide deck today. There are about 80 or so slides, but we'll get them through them quite quickly, and I'll mix the slides up perhaps with a live demonstration as well, particularly when we start looking at the productivity and customer care benefits. So to get started, we'll focus with productivity. There is a new CRM app for Outlook. This is a lightweight app that will effectively allow you to track emails, to create contacts, to review a summary of the communication and activity that you're having with your stakeholders, be it prospects, customers, within a lightweight app that is available within the Outlook web access browser view, either down on the PC or on a smartphone. This is also available for those customers that maybe are using Mac. So if you have a Safari browser running, in the past the integration with Outlook, the ability to track emails was not possible if you were on that sort of platform. It very much is now. So you can see actually here in the window you have an email highlighted, and I can see all of the upcoming and past activities for this particular contact that's recorded in the CRM system. I can track that email at the click of a button. I can set that email regarding a sales opportunity or a customer care case or any other record in Dynamics. I can see associated cases and opportunities at a glance. So it's very much a lightweight app. It's incredibly simple to deploy. If you have Office 365, there's effectively no sort of software to install. Your administrator can even push this app out to your web interface. When you're tracking an email, you can, of course, quickly create a contact. So if you're receiving an email from a prospective customer and someone you've not done business with before and they're not held in your CRM system, then you're really just a button click away from actually creating that contact and linking the email to them. The slide here provides a comparison of the lightweight Outlook web app versus the add-in that you may have in Outlook. So for existing customers today, if you are using Outlook on the desktops, and traditionally that's how you've tracked contacts, appointments, tasks, emails, then there are some differences. The add-in provides some additional capability, particularly around being able to work offline and the use of sales literature and knowledge-based articles. The Outlook web app doesn't quite do everything just yet, but I mentioned before, I can share these slides with you so you can review the differences. Excel integration is another key theme along the lines of productivity that Microsoft have focused CRM 2016 on. In the past, for those of you that have used Dynamics before, we've always had that ability to export views to an Excel sheet. We now have the ability to actually take a view in Dynamics CRM and see it as a visualization embedded within Dynamics CRM in Excel Online. You can also export Excel directly from the mobile apps now, which is a a new feature not available before. This is quite a useful new capability in Dynamics CRM, and I can see people using it to provide a really good summary of how the customer service team is performing. You could use it in your in a sales scenario, perhaps export data and perform additional analysis on your opportunities or calculate sales commissions, whatever it is you would like to do in an Excel environment. But Microsoft provides a very tight integration at the click of the button. So what I will do is I'll actually show you this working live so you can see how easy it is to create these templates. So I'm just going to drop into a demonstration system of Dynamics, and we'll review a list of cases. And you can see now on the toolbar what we have here is the ability to create or use existing Excel templates and take the data directly from CRM and push those down to Excel Online. So out of the box, Microsoft Dynamics CRM will provide you with a couple of existing templates for visualizing your cases by SLA, or providing a summary of your cases, and you can see you can download this to Excel, or you can actually just select Excel Online, and Excel Online will actually just appear directly within your CRM window, and you can start visualizing the data and using the slicers in the table here to get an excellent overview of the information that would otherwise be held in a long list. You can create your own Excel Online templates, so you're not constrained by the ones that exist within Microsoft Dynamics CRM. So there is a similar Excel template available for sales opportunities as well. I've got less data in my test system here, but you can see that there is a pipeline management Excel Online template that's available out of the box. But you can create your own, and there is a wizard that will drive you through the process of selecting the entity that you wish to export the data from. So in this case it would be sales opportunity. You can use your existing system or personal views and determine which columns are output to Excel, and then you can start adding the charts in Excel, or adding the calculations that you need. So just back to the slides. That functionality, as you can see from the screenshot there, can also be replicated within the tablet client as well. You can right-click or hold your finger down on the screen and choose to export to Excel on the mobile client. Document generation. For those of you who saw the wizard that popped up there when we looked at how to create an Excel template, we now have the ability to generate documents from Microsoft Dynamics CRM and export those directly into Microsoft Word. In the past, we had some limited capabilities around performing mail merges in Microsoft Dynamics CRM. We could use an ISV product, perhaps something like Documents Core Pack, to generate templates, and there perhaps are some more advanced scenarios where those ISV solutions are still required, but Microsoft have provided a simple wizard approach to automatically generating formatted documents in CRM. That process can also be called from the workflow. So if, for example, when you close an opportunity or create a quotation, you need to generate some sort of contractual document or a proposal, then you can add templates in CRM and have that CRM information automatically copied into the Word template. Just to give you a quick overview of that, if I hop back into my demo environment, and maybe if we navigate to an account, I know that there's a standard out-of-the-box template for the account form in CRM. So here's all the information we have recorded about this particular account, and then from my more actions menu option, I can actually select the account summary template, or go ahead and create a new Word template, and that template can be generated and modified within Microsoft Word itself. So you effectively have the ability to build tables, add images, other content into these Word documents. So it's just an example one that comes out of the box with the system. I haven't got a logo for that particular account, otherwise that would be displayed there. Some basic information about the account that it's bringing in from the CRM record, the contacts associated with the account, a summary of opportunities, a summary of the cases. So you can effectively take any related information. Those relationships can be one-to-many, many-to-many relationships with the account form, and bring those in as either repeating tables, or if it's account attributes that you wish to put inside of the template, then you can simply use the Microsoft Word to drag and drop those fields onto the template and then save that back to Dynamics. Microsoft have also improved the integration with Office 365, so we now have an integration with OneDrive for Business. For those of you that have explored CRM 2015 and perhaps even CRM 2016 up until now, you would have been aware that there was an integration with OneNote. There is native integration with SharePoint. Microsoft has now extended that to OneDrive for Business. We use OneDrive for Business extensively here at EBEX, so all of our day-to-day documentation, project-related documentation, sales-related content is stored in OneDrive. It keeps it backed up in a secure place, and away from a laptop or tablet device. Having OneDrive for Business means that you can clearly record private documents as well against your CRM records if necessary, and keep that information away from other colleagues or other teams. So you get the ability to choose within the user interface where you would like that document to be stored. If it's a document that you would like to share across the business, then you can place it within perhaps SharePoint, or put it in OneDrive for Business in a private folder if it is client related, but perhaps it's some sensitive material that you don't want the other teams or people reviewing. We also have the ability now that, particularly with customers using Office 365, if you are storing content and other people which other people might find useful, they can use Office Delve, which is a new feature in Office 365, which will help people to proactively find documentation that they would find useful. So if, for example, you've put together a new presentation or some sort of report, financial report that the business would find useful, rather than trying to email that around 100 other people or thousands of other people that would find that content useful, you can store it in OneDrive for Business or SharePoint, and Delve will help people based on available permissions to view and find content that you're adding within Office 365. So you can actually just add on a dashboard. There's a new chart component you can place on your dashboards that will provide the users with a summary of the documentation that's being created by the business that people are finding useful across your business. And it just really helps people to discover and find useful content that they can use to carry out their own day-to-day tasks. Office groups, this is something that was actually introduced into 2015 as a preview feature. This is now fully supported by Microsoft. Office groups, the best way of perhaps describing Office groups is that it really provides you with the ability to create a workspace that you and your colleagues and potentially external users, non-CRM users, can use to share information about upcoming meetings and activities that may be related to CRM records. Perhaps you're collaborating on a sales opportunity, or you're working together on a customer care case. We can effectively create office groups. So this is an Office 365 feature that will enable you to share documents, emails, appointments, and other messages, conversations in SharePoint, and have those brought into a Dynamics CRM record. So we can see from the screenshot here that we have a sales opportunity, and an office group has been set up in Office 365 and tied back to this particular sales opportunity, so that we can see the upcoming meetings that are perhaps taking place. You may be working across offices or even across different countries. You can share information and see all of that information in a single window against your CRM record. External users, you can actually provide an email address to the office group, and you can have external users send an email to that office group, and the content within that email or any files attached to that email can become available within the office group, and therefore the CRM record for which you've attached that group to. So it's a great way of collaborating across teams, sharing conversations, files, and OneNote notebooks as well. From a social engagement perspective, I know some of our clients are using social listening or social engagement today. The integration with Microsoft Dynamics CRM is incredibly tight with CRM 2016. So we now have the ability directly from a social post, so perhaps a tweet or some other post, a blog article or a Facebook post, directly create a CRM case or a CRM opportunity, and then have a team pick that up. So if you are tracking sentiment, if you're trying to listen to what people are saying about your products or your brand or the service that you provide, either positive or negative feedback, you can, at a click of a button, transform those social posts into records directly in CRM, and then perhaps have a workflow so that you have a team that can proactively attend to that particular post and get back to the prospect or customer directly. Mobility was the second major theme for this release. I've already mentioned some of the capabilities that are provided by the new mobility client. We can now review and manage documents on the mobile apps. So in the past, this was not possible at all. If you navigated to the documents area, perhaps because you had SharePoint integration set up within your CRM system, documents were not available on the mobile device. CRM 2016 brings that capability into the mobile client. So if I'm in an opportunity or a case in CRM or any other record where you have documents attached to that CRM record, they can now be brought up on the mobile device. So you can now view those documents within the context that you're working, either as a field-based sales or service representative. Mobile offline is something that many of our clients have also been interested in the past. For a number of years, Microsoft Dynamics has provided full offline capability for those users on a PC or a laptop device via the Microsoft Outlook interface. You could install the offline client, and that would effectively create a personal database on that PC, and you could set up views to help you take either the entire CRM system or segments of the CRM system away with you. Microsoft are introducing full offline capability for their mobile apps. This was a feature that we were hoping to see in the autumn release. It is at the moment in testing with some live customers. So currently those customers we will mobile experience coming to our UK customers shortly. In the 2015 release, for those that perhaps have seen limited offline access with the mobile client via the use of drafts. So if I were out on the road with my tablet client, I could create a draft copy of an opportunity or a draft copy of an activity. We now have a full offline access, and we're not limited to those records that were cached on the device before. So we can now perform typical create, update, and delete commands against records offline on the mobile clients, and your data will be synchronized the next time that you connect back up to Microsoft Dynamics CRM. We also have the ability on the mobile client to email links to records directly from the mobile client, and if you're emailing that to somebody else that uses a tablet to interact with Dynamics CRM, then we can actually pop those records directly. So another useful productivity feature, rather than having to copy and paste URLs to notify somebody of a record that you'd like them to review. You can now do that at the click of a button from your mobile app. We also have the capability to add iframes and web resources to mobile apps. So for those of you that have been using CRM 2015 or 2016, this was available as an unsupported preview solution. In 2016, this is now fully supported by Microsoft. So that ability to embed an iframe, either an external website or some sort of internal application within your mobile forms, is now possible on the mobile app. This has always been something that was available in the standard CRM forms, but this is now transferred down to the mobile application. So I can see that customers will be able to improve business logic and create bespoke user interfaces within the mobile application by leveraging the iframes and web resources within the tablet view. And finally, on the mobile capabilities introduced by CRM 2016, we now have a new capability to create business process flows or task flows on the mobile application. This really enables you to put together a business process that would otherwise perhaps span multiple entities. So there are a number of task-based business processes that are enabled by default within CRM 2016. So there's a process here you can see called after meeting or make initial contact on opportunity. In the past, you may well have had to gone into the opportunity form and set a follow-up date, created an appointment, maybe created a phone call, closed down a task, updated the contact record, and you would have had to have dipped into perhaps half a dozen or so different screens within the mobile client to carry out that business process. Within the mobile client now, we have the ability to drive the users through a series of stages for a single user interface, that they can carry out those tasks potentially across a number of entities in CRM, but not have to enter multiple entities in order to complete that business process. So it's very much a guided user interface, and will allow potentially a complex business process to be carried out much more simply and quickly. And lastly, apologies, I thought that was the final slide for mobile. We have a number of new controls that are available on the mobile device as well. So for those that have used Dynamics CRM on the mobile client before, we've certainly got feedback that when not using a mouse and keyboard, perhaps been a little bit cumbersome to use on certain types of attribute. Maybe if I'm increasing the estimated revenue of an opportunity, or the probability of an opportunity. In the past, I've had to click into a field and then use the virtual keyboard to type a number and then click out. We now have a suite of touch screen enabled controls that will enable data to be entered into the mobile client in a much more seamless way. So there are a range of new controls. There is a calendar control that's available so that you can visualize activities rather than seeing them within a long list. We have different types of controls. Some of these controls are not available in the standard CRM forms. They've really been designed specifically with mobile use in mind. So we have slider controls, we have different types of donut and bar chart and bullet controls, yes, no's. So you'll be able to run through all of these slides and see the different types of controls, and a signature control as well. And on to the third part of the key themes available within CRM 2016. Customer service is definitely a major release area for 2016. We have a new capability, a new user interface in Microsoft Dynamics CRM called the Interactive Service Hub. So anybody using Microsoft Dynamics CRM today for case management, you'll be aware that it's had the ability to create dashboards and interactive dashboards even within Microsoft Dynamics CRM. But the Interactive Service Hub really takes that to the next level and makes it much easier for customer service workloads to be managed within Dynamics CRM far more effectively. It's almost like delivering a contact center user interface directly down to the customer desktop. I think it would be worth us exploring this in a live demonstration so that you can see how this works within CRM. So here's the Interactive Service Hub. There are a number of pre-defined dashboards that are available within the Interactive Service Hub, and there is a new knowledge-based capability that we'll also explore that's new to Dynamics CRM and outside of Parature, where more complex knowledge-based articles have had to be managed in the past. The way I like to describe the Tier 1 dashboard that's available in the Interactive Service Hub, this is potentially reviewing workloads across a number of areas of the business, perhaps across a number of different teams. So here I can see a list of active cases, cases that I'm working on. I can see resolved cases, but similarly I can also view other information. In this case, I can see tasks that have been allocated to me, or an email that I'm going to send out to a customer, emails that a customer has communicated to me. So the Tier 1 dashboard provides you with a high-level visibility of progress against perhaps a range of workloads in CRM, and we then have the ability to view that information within within tiles as well, so we can get an at-a-glance view of how we're performing across those workloads that are defined on the dashboard. And we can also use these global filters to provide your agents or your users the ability to slice and dice and find the information that's most pertinent for them to be working on. So, for example, if I wanted to just focus today on high priority cases, I can click on that area on the filter, and perhaps just those that are recorded as complaints, I can click that, and perhaps it's just about a particular product that we'd like to see. So you can actually start building up these filters, and the interactive Service Hub dashboard will reflect the work that you're filtering here. You can visualize these filters in the form of charts here, but we have 4 blocks available on the Tier 1 dashboard. You can, of course, drill into the filter area here and start adding additional filters. So perhaps if we want to select cases for a particular customer, I could search for them. Perhaps if I wanted to only show cases that had been escalated, I can use additional query criteria and apply that and review the workload that matches. And if at any point I wish to change that filter or remove the filters, I can just get rid of them, and I'm back at my high-level view. There is also a timeline feature as well. So if I just want to review the high priority cases that were raised last week, I can click last week and high priority, and now I have a much more focused view. When I navigate into the detail of a case, you will also see that the Interactive Service Hub provides more of a mobile app view, a consolidated view of the information about this case and related information, and your agents can very rapidly flick between the cases and records as calls come in or as cases get escalated. We have the ability also to follow any of the business processes that you've defined against the standard CRM case form in Dynamics CRM, but that process has been placed at the toolbar here and contracted to give you a little bit more real estate on the main form. So this is a representation of the standards CRM case form. We also have a new timeline control, which is similar to the social pane, but again provides you with a more consolidated view of that information. So I can take a look at activities, notes, and other posts that are related to this particular case, or indeed create new activities directly within the Interactive Service Hub case form, or search for activities using the timeline. So the benefit of all of this is that your agents will never really need to leave this single user interface to find content or to add content to progress the case. So we can even embed knowledge base articles here. So if I'm perhaps search for a knowledge base article, and using the new knowledge base article capability in CRM, we can embed videos, images into those knowledge base articles to help your agents to resolve cases more effectively and more quickly. From the toolbar, when I am within the Interactive Service Hub case view, I can perform the same task and the same processes that I could otherwise achieve within the full CRM case form view. So I could resolve that case or route it to a different agent, or use auto routing to move that to the most appropriate user or team. So you'll notice that the Interactive Service Hub has a similar look and feel to standard Microsoft Dynamics CRM, but it really is restricted to customer service workloads rather than sales or marketing I can certainly see this being built out in the future for other areas of Dynamics. It's important to note that you can add custom entities, so you can add your own workloads to these dashboards. You can create your own dashboards. So these are just out-of-the-box sample dashboards for working with cases and with other activities. But you can modify these. So for those customers that are perhaps using Field 1, this would be an excellent way of perhaps visualizing and summarizing field service related information. If you've customized Dynamics CRM, perhaps you're using it to manage some sort of approval process. Perhaps you've got timesheets or project-related information stored within custom entities in CRM. Those are fully supported in this interactive service hub, so you can create your own workloads. There is also a second dashboard type within the service hub called a Tier 2 dashboard, and what that does is really focus on one particular workload. So if I'm working on a help desk, I'm perhaps just seeing a list of my cases that are assigned to me or have come in from customers and have yet to be picked up. I've got my visual summary, so I can focus on those where we're perhaps nearing an SLA breach or high priority complaints that have come in, and I get that high level visual summary on the tabs on the right hand side. So a Tier 2 dashboard provides you with a detailed view of perhaps a single workload, whereas Tier 1 dashboards could potentially be combining information stored across multiple areas in CRM and not just cases.
Keith, it's Ollie here. We've got a few questions coming through. Do you want to answer a few now, or should we save them till the end of the presentation?
Yeah, I'm happy to take some questions now.
First one, at the mail merge document generation stage, is it possible to get a PDF to come out natively instead of a Word document so that the information on those reports or documents can not be distorted once they land in the sales team's hands? That's the first question.
Yes. Yeah, it's a very good question. My understanding is, so I will double check this, that the documents are output to Microsoft Word as standard. You can obviously click Save As and save it as a PDF and attach it to the record within which you're working. And I think this is potentially where some of the ISV add-ons that we've used in the past will still be used by our customers, because they can create PDF documents natively. I'm sure that eBEX could write a solution as well to enhance the standard feature, but my understanding today is it's exporting to Word. But if we just take a note of anybody that's interested in that particular question, and we'll double check it, but I think it's limited to Word at the moment.
Another one, Keith. Is it possible to integrate Power BI into CRM online in the near future?
It is indeed. So you can, CRM Online, Power BI, I guess, are just extensions to Office 365 now, fully integrated into the Office 365 hub. So you're only really one click away anyway from getting to Power BI from Office 365. But it is also possible to embed Power BI onto Microsoft Dynamics CRM dashboards, the native dashboards that are there. There's some configuration that needs to be done to ensure that the authentication works when we're trying to embed those Power BI dashboards into the native CRM dashboards. But otherwise, you can just go to portal.office.com or portal.microsoftonline.com, the jumpstart page for getting into your email or to Dynamics CRM or to Parature or Social, and Power BI is available as a button there if the integration with the native dashboards didn't quite work for the Power BI dashboards that your particular organization has set up, then it would be very easy to create a dashboard and perhaps place an iframe onto that dashboard, perhaps providing some links to your intranet where you may well have your Power BI dashboard stored. So yes, it should be quite easy to do that from a standard CRM dashboard.
Brilliant, Keith. And I think you've just answered the next question, which is, do the dashboards use Power BI for charts and filtering? I think you just answered that in the previous response.
Yeah, it is worth noting that with CRM 2015 and now 2016, Microsoft have created some out-of-the-box Power BI dashboards that you can connect to CRM. It might be worth trying to demonstrate that if you are in CRM. So just to describe actually what I meant about being able to navigate directly to Power BI in the absence of having it in CRM. When you're within the Office 365 interface where you can get to CRM and the other Office 365 productivity tools, you can click on Power BI directly from here. So you're only ever one click away from getting there. Anyway, if I drill into Power BI, in the previous release of CRM Online 2015, Microsoft provided a sales-related suite of dashboards that you could drill into and then view additional reports associated. Unfortunately, I don't have any. Oh no, it's just taking a little while to open up. And from here, you obviously have the capability to interact with that dashboard. So if I just wanted to see all activities associated with this particular person, I could click on that, and the other dashboards would refresh. So there are a suite of dashboards that are provided for sales. It's worth noting that with 2016, Microsoft are going to be releasing a dashboard pack specifically for customer care scenarios as well. So I haven't got a lot of data in this demo system, but perhaps if I show one of my other sample dashboards in here, you can see that we have some very rich visualizations within Power BI. I can drag and drop my charts. I can add additional filters, add other widgets to these charts, and drill in and view the detail at a click of a button. So I would certainly urge people to explore Power BI in more detail, and the connectivity between Power BI and CRM Online, or even any other system or data source you may have is becoming much more tightly integrated. So definitely an interesting area to explore. But please feel free to email me or your account manager, and I'm sure we can help you connect up Power BI to CRM.
There's quite a few questions coming through, so I think what we'll probably do is we'll let Keith carry on, and then we'll answer a few at the end. If we don't have time to answer all of them, we'll respond by email directly.
Yeah, I think we're quite a way through now, because I spent most of my time doing the live demo of the interactive service hub. So we are quite a way through the slides, but these slides, I'll run through them quickly now, but you can get a copy of these from us. We'll share them with you, and you'll be able to go through and explore some of the features, and there's a good explanation behind the screenshot describing what the benefits are of some of these new capabilities in CRM 2016. So we've already looked at this directly in the live demo, so I will work through these slides quickly, but there's a good recap here for anybody that wants to go back over this. Also, if you would like us to set up a trial of CRM 2016 so that you can explore some of these new capabilities in isolation of your own existing CRM system, then we're more than happy to support that. So again, please email me. My email address is on the slides, or contact your account manager, and I'll be happy to take you through. So the final area we didn't touch upon inside of the Interactive Service Hub is the new knowledge base article capability. So in the past, customers wanting more powerful, rich text editing around knowledge base articles were limited to perhaps deploying Parature or integrating Dynamics CRM with a knowledge base application. Microsoft are now providing this as native capability within CRM, and you can surface these knowledge articles within your case forms or indeed any other forms in CRM where you want to provide additional guidance to the users in order for them to carry out a particular business process more effectively. The knowledge base articles can enter an approval process. We also have the ability to have version control on these articles, and you can store these knowledge base articles in multiple languages. The most useful feature about the new knowledge base capabilities over the previous knowledge base standard feature in CRM is the rich text editor. So you can now embed videos, images, screenshots. You can take an HTML web page and drop that into this rich text editor so that you have much better content to be able to surface to your users or indeed email to your customers. So you can produce very professional looking knowledge base articles and make those available to the outside world or to your internal teams. So the basic knowledge base article editor that's been in Dynamics CRM for many years was really just limited to text and maybe some URL links. We now have a rich text editor where you can embed videos and images. And finally, on customer service, I know that some of our customers are already using Field One, but Field One is now what Microsoft are calling a preferred solution for CRM online. Field One enables field service teams to manage work orders, to carry out jobs, either planned or reactive maintenance jobs, and we can now use CRM online to schedule those workloads and ensure that you get the right resource to the right customer to carry out work with the appropriate spare parts or materials or skills needed to carry out those field service jobs. So it is now a preferred solution for CRM 2016 online. So for those customers that have made the transition to the cloud and are using CRM 2016 online today, your administrator can actually add Field One to CRM as a managed solution. So to finish up, there are some links at the end of this slide deck that will enable you, if you're an end user, then you can explore some of these more details. There are lots of YouTube videos that Microsoft have made available. There is lots of help on the Microsoft Dynamics Help Center that will walk you through some of the new capabilities, and for system administrators and customizers, perhaps power users, if you want to explore some of the new platform capabilities introduced by CRM 2016, there are some links here, so I will share this with you. But that's everything we hope to show today. So Oliver, I'm very happy to take any additional questions that we have. I think we've got another 7 minutes or so.
Yeah, there's quite a few that's come through, Keith. So just where we ended off, can we add watermarks to exported documents?
That's a really good question, and I'm tempted to say yes. I assume that adding a watermark is just a native feature of Microsoft Word. I'm pretty sure it is. When you export that data or create a new template using the new feature in CRM 2016, you can then add your images, logos, watermarks, page numbers, whatever it is that you want using the native Microsoft Word capabilities, and then you then take that document and save that back to Dynamics CRM. So the next time you export it, it will contain the controls or whatever you've placed in that Word template. So I've never tried it before, but I'm fairly confident that would work.
Thanks, Keith. Can you display Power BI dashboard directly in CRM?
Yes, I think we picked that one up. So I think the answer is absolutely you can. At the very least, you can provide an iframe linked directly to a dashboard that you have already set up in Power BI. But I've certainly had Power BI work in native dashboards before. I haven't tried it with 2016, and I know that there's all sorts of new APIs and authentication mechanisms to be mindful of, either inside of CRM or outside of CRM. So we'd have to double check it, but I believe it is possible to do that. If you're working with an account manager at Ebex, it would be worth getting in contact or email me, and we could take a look at what you're trying to achieve. But I believe it is possible.
Another Power BI question: what is the data source? Fetch XML or on-prem data?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So as out of the box, if you take Power BI and connect it to CRM Online, you're certainly not limited to CRM Online. You can connect Power BI to more or less any data source. It could be a non-Microsoft product. It could be an existing data warehouse, an existing Oracle or SQL database that you have. So firstly, Power BI can be connected to any data source. With respect to how you can connect Power BI to Dynamics CRM, there is an out-of-the-box, a native CRM online connector that uses the CRM web service, so the OData URL that's available in CRM. So within Dynamics, I can show you exactly how you get that URL. So within your developer settings, so we go settings, customizations, and developer resources. It is using the standard Microsoft Dynamics web service to interact. So when you're within Power BI and you go to add a data service, you can click on services and scroll down to CRM Online or Dynamics Nav or Dynamics Marketing or any other solution, Google Analytics, MailChimp, and the native connector will prompt you for that web service URL. So you take the URL from CRM here, pop that into this dialog box, and it'll ask you to authenticate. You log in with your user, and so that's how that native connector will connect to Power BI. But if you're not on CRM Online, if you're on premise, then you're not restricted to using this standard connector. The standard connector simply provides you with a quick way of talking to Dynamics CRM, and you get a suite of reports, at the moment very much focused on sales workloads. But if you're on premise CRM, then our BI team can help you connect to any system, including Microsoft Dynamics CRM on-premise, perhaps directly to the underlying database or some sort of data warehouse that you have. So you can build a data model over the top of any data source and connect Power BI that way.
I think that, Keith, leads us on to the next question, which I think you've answered. How well does the Microsoft CRM integrate with other systems like Sage or SAP, for example?
Incredibly well. So one of the major benefits of Microsoft Dynamics CRM over other CRM systems is that there's a lot of support for the developer. So there's a lot of resource available out there on the website and on Microsoft's website that will describe the extensibility and integration capabilities of Microsoft Dynamics. It's important to note that Dynamics provides a suite of APIs or web services. You can see a handful of them here to enable you to integrate Dynamics with any other technology. EBEX would also highly recommend exploring Scribe. So a number of our customers, quite a number of our CRM customers have Scribe Insight today, or Scribe Online. Scribe is an integration tool that has connectors for Microsoft Dynamics, but also has connectors for a range of other applications, including ODBC, Excel, the ability to monitor an email inbox or a folder, perhaps an FTP folder where content is placed within it. We can integrate Dynamics CRM with any system, irrespective of platform or vendor, and most of our CRM projects will involve at least one integration.
Brilliant, thanks, Keith. There's a couple more now, not too many left. Is there any online chat or help options for servicing customers via web chat and chat recording, e.g. live person?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So out of the box, we do have that capability with Parature. So if you and Parature can be purchased either in isolation as a standalone customer care system, or it can be used in conjunction with Dynamics CRM. Just to perhaps provide you with some examples. Chobani.com, they make yogurt, and this is a good example of a website that is using Parature for that customer service workload. So if you you navigate to perhaps FAQs, for example, you'll see that this is actually Parature in the background. So it's very much a Microsoft Dynamics product, part of the customer service capability. So here we're actually seeing knowledge-based articles that are recorded in Microsoft Parature being surfaced online. Some websites will have a contact us page as well. I believe Metro Bank, also have an integration with Parature. I'm not sure if it's on their contact us page or their FAQ page. So there are a number of customers in the UK that have Microsoft Dynamics and Parature integrated into the website, and Parature does provide an online chat capability. Live Person specifically has an API that we can use, as does Microsoft. Microsoft is using industry standard ways of connecting to CRM. So we would be able to take an existing chat service and integrate that back to Dynamics. But out of the box, Parature does provide that chat feature. I'll see if I can find it on this. Is it this one? Contact us. unfortunately I can't find a working example of the chat window. We'll find one, and you can perhaps explore that. But you can actually see from the URL up the top here. This is Dynamics. This is Parature. So that we've got a couple of examples we can show you.
Thanks, Keith. And the final question. Are there any Skype for Business features, e.g. client directory, phone book, inbound calls linked to customer records?
So not over and above, certainly no new capabilities there in 2016, but Skype for Business will integrate directly with Dynamics. I think you need to be using Internet Explorer to surface the presence features that offers. Where is it? I think it's under the standard options menu. No, it's not. It's under system set. I think there's a feature here, somewhere here. There it is. So you can set your telephony provider in the system settings, and if you select Skype for Business, formerly known as Link, then you have that ability to at least invoke a call or set a meeting using the standard presence. Apologies, I'm using Chrome today. I think that's an IE feature. Otherwise, we would need to explore that use case in a bit more detail and find out if there's some way of achieving what they're looking to achieve, perhaps by integrating the telephony system.
That's brilliant, Keith. If there's any further questions, I'm just going to drop over Keith's email. It's on the PowerPoint slide deck, so you all have a copy of that.
We'll share the slides with everybody. But yeah, if there is something I didn't cover today, there are more capabilities, but just try to fit in as much as we can in 1 hour. If there are any additional questions, then please don't hesitate to get in contact with me or anybody else at EBEX, and we'll be glad to assist you.
Brilliant, Keith. Well, that's it. There's no more questions. So thank you very much, and thanks everyone for their time today.
Thank you, everybody.